All right. Hello, everyone. This is Max, lead designer and clay artist for the game of Loam. And today I'm going to show you our agriculture campaign. I've got the um, main screen top mod for Loam open. You'll notice that this is like the multiplayer setup. To change that to go to solo mode, you'll click this button here in the bottom left, and then just click solo mode, and boom. Now here we've got the creature cards, creature deck, behavior deck, your hand full of inputs, and the what we call this solo book right here. This little thing that will show you all the rules for both regular solo mode and the campaign. Now, to be able to interact with it, you of course have to join, which you do by clicking this button in the top left. Um, if you don't have a screen top account, it will tell you to type in a name. Otherwise, just pick a seat, any seat, click join, and now you can interact with stuff. So with this, to advance like a page, these are just pages of the rule book. You press F. And to go back a page, you press Shift F. So I'm going to kind of skip right to how campaigns work. I'm going to kind of assume that you know the basic rules of Loam. You've read the campaign page or watched some of the videos or streams. Um, so the thing with campaigns is that they differ a little bit from a typical game of solo loam. So one, they last for 3 separate rounds. Also, in a game of solo loam, you don't really win or lose. You just do well or do poorly. Whereas in a campaign, it is possible to lose a round, and if you lose a round, it's game over. So each round will have a score threshold that you need to hit, but that's not all. Sometimes, whether you win or lose is not just determined by the composition of your communities and your root zone balance bonus. Um, some campaigns have additional ways to gain or even lose points, and other campaigns have additional goals that you have to complete in addition to reaching a given score threshold. So I'm just going to jump right into the agriculture campaign. So you see that round one is about tillage. All of the rounds of the agriculture campaign deal with some kind of stressor that soils in agricultural areas have to deal with, such as uh, heavy equipment coming through to till the field, the application of synthetic fertilizers, and of course the application of toxic pesticides. So, oopsies. Starting off with tillage, we just set up a game of loam as normal. It's always good to shuffle the deck a couple times before you start, especially in screen top. Um, so to do that, you just double click the deck. You'll notice that the number 120 appears above the deck as well as below, and press Z, and that'll shuffle it. You can do the same to the behavior deck. So you spread out 6 creatures to form the soil. Spread out 3 behaviors, and then draw a creature into your hand. Okay. And then as you go through the three turns, you'll notice that each one comes with some kind of condition or effect. For turn one, the first creature we place has to be from our hand. So look at our hand. Obviously, we cannot place the level 3 creature as our first creature of the game, so I might have to get something from the soil. So I'm going to go ahead and use this attractive volatiles. You can use the first option to draw one and then place one creature. So I'll go ahead and draw this into my hand, and then I can place it. So then I'm going to play Rich Exudates using the top mode again to place 2 creatures. And wouldn't you know it, I can go like this and like this. And so that gives me 2 nutrients, 1 structure, 1 food web, and more importantly, earns me 2 behaviors since I played a plant mutualist next to an animal decomposer and then a large predator next to an animal decomposer. I earn both microbivory and necrophagy. So I can't use either of these right this second, but if I use the bottom mode of antibiosis, I can get rid of all these level 3s clogging up the soil by burying them, grow the soil by 3, and now I've got some nice new creatures to pick from. Um, and I think I'm going to play necrophagy. I'm going to bury a level 2 or 3 creature from my hand and place 2 creatures. So let's bury you, and I guess I'll place the ecosystem engineer and then a level 2 large predator. And wouldn't you know it, in addition to raising my structure and food web, that earns me this last behavior. So I get to clean them out completely, which is awesome. Um, all right, so that's the end of turn 1. So I replenish the soil up to 6. I replenish the available behaviors. I get my inputs back, and I draw a creature from the deck. So now, the start of turn 2, we have chisel plowing. The plow is actually coming through, and it is apocalyptic. So I have to bury 3 creatures from the soil of the highest levels present within it. Which basically means I have to bury 3, but I have to start with the highest level creatures. So uh, unfortunately, this nice level 3 microbial decomposer has to go. This level 2 animal decomposer has to go. And then I can decide which one here to bury. I guess I'll bury this microbial decomposer because there's some repeats. So soil's not looking so hot right now, but let's see if I can change that. So I'm going to use the bottom mode of attractive volatiles to place 1 creature and then grow the soil by 3. Now let's see what to actually place. That's a great question. I think I'll place this microbial decomposer. Then I grow the soil by 3. All right, what do we have here? Still nothing amazing, but I think I can play bioturbation to place a creature, and if it's an animal decomposer, ecosystem engineer, or large predator, I'll get to draw 1. So of course I'll just drop in this worm lion. Cool name. And then I'll draw 1 from the deck. An animal decomposer. That's actually pretty nice. So I think I'll play microbivory. I'll bury a microbe from my hand. If I do, place 2 creatures. So I'll bury this. I'll place this. And then I'll place this. So that will upgrade attractive volatiles for next turn, which is pretty nice. And I still have 2 inputs. So I'm going to use the top mode of antibiosis to place 1 creature, then shed 1 if able. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to shed anything after since I don't have anything in my hand, but that's okay. And I'll play this plant mutualist. That will upgrade Rich Exudates. I also realized I drew this. I earned this behavior. It's a little hard to remember everything when you're also narrating a game. But that's okay. We can just say we earned it then, and we're going to use it now. So I'm going to grow the soil by 4, place one of those creatures if able, and then draw one of them, which is great because the soil's looking kind of sparse. So I'm going to grow the soil by 4. I do have to place one of them, which I believe will be. Uh, I'll place this one here. That'll upgrade Antibiosis for next turn. And then I'll draw one of them, which will be this Microbial Decomposer. What the heck? Alrighty. So then I can play Rich Exudates Plus to draw one and place a whopping 3 creatures. So I'll draw one from the deck, and I will place. Start a new community, placing 1, 2, and 3. Gain a nice 2 of each stat, which is pretty cool. All right, and that's the turn. I refill the soil to 6, refill the behaviors, get my inputs back, draw a creature. Next final turn begins, and I look at what's coming. Okay, so I have to bury 2 creatures from the soil, but then whenever I place a structure granting creature, I get to grow the soil by 1. So I think I'm going to bury these 2, and then whenever I place a structure granter, I can grow the soil. So, and let's see about earning some of those behaviors as well. I think I'm going to start with the bottom mode of Attractive Volatiles, placing 2 creatures, then growing the soil by 4, since it's the upgraded side. So I'm going to place. I'm going to go ahead and place. Place this here, and then this. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I grow the soil by 4. I grow the soil by an additional 1 because of the structure granting creature that I placed. So I get a little something extra. And that also earns me selective feeding, which I'm gonna hold on to for now. So I think. Okay, I think I see a nice little path here. I'm gonna Rich Exudates Plus to draw 1 and place 3 creatures. So I'll draw one. Oh, hello. That is awesome. That's a great draw. That's gonna make this community worth a ton of points. So it's 2 food web, 3 nutrients. And then I still have 2 more placements, so I'll drop in you, get some more nutrients. You get some food web and structure. And yeah, that's the 3 from that. I'll then use selective feeding to place a creature, then grow the soil by 2 and draw one of those creatures. So for that, I'll play this ecosystem engineer, the harvester ant. Go like that. And then grow the soil by 2, draw one of the creatures. I'll draw this. I also grow the soil by 1 because that was a structure granting creature. Actually by 2 because of this thing. Um, and then I think I will cap it off with. Okay, there's actually a question here. Okay, yep. Nope, I know what I want to do. I'm going to use the top mode of Antibiosis Plus to place two creatures and shed one. So I will place this into its own community, and then this right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and voila, that's my turn. Technically, I should be growing the soil a bit, but it doesn't matter at this point. So let's look at scoring. So the score goal here is 25 points, and for each type that you earn 3 or more structure from, you gain 2 points. So if you earn 3 or more structure from animal decomposers, you get 2 points. If you earn 3 or more structure from microbial decomposers, you get 2 more points, and so on for the other types that grant structure. So we'll account for that at the end. So I do have perfect balance in this soil, so I get a whopping 10 points for that uh, on my point tracker, and then I have four communities to score out. This one right here, that's just worth 1 point because there's one creature. This one here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types and 2 types with 2 levels present. So that's 7. Um, a good way to think about it is that like if there are no repeated type and level combinations in a community, then it's worth 7 points, basically, as sort of a default, assuming you don't have all 6 creature types or all 3 levels of a type. This community down here has 5 types, and because it has all 3 levels of plant mutualists, that's an additional plus 5 points, so 10 for that. And this one here, I believe, is also a 10-pointer because it has all 3 levels of large predator and 5 total types. So, and that's not even accounting for our extra points from the types we earn structure from. So we definitely had 3 or more structure from large predators, definitely had it from ecosystem engineers. We did not get it from animal decomposers or microbial decomposers. A little harder to do with those ones. So yeah, so we get a total of 4 extra points from that, which we did not need. We're at 10 plus 20 is 30, 37, 38 points. 42 with the extra bonus. So we crushed this one. All right, but there's still 2 more rounds to go. One sort of annoying thing about Screentop is that it doesn't have like a reset game button. So to go on to the next round, you have to kind of manually reset everything. But I'll share a trick that makes it a little easier. For each sort of separate zone where like creature cards and stuff can go, if you click on any card within that zone and then press whatever key combination you use to like select all the text in a Word document, so Control A on Windows, Command A on a Mac, and that selects all of them, and you can just drag them back to the deck. So doing that for my hand, doing that for everything on the um, everything in my root zone, all of the behaviors in the behavior discard pile, and so on. So I'll reshuffle these decks. Um, I'll get the counters back to where they were, and good to go on to the next round. So the the next round is quite a bit different. So let's set up the soil and such before really getting into it. Um, okay, and draw a creature as well. I had to uh, in a previous take I forgot to do that and had to redo it. Um, so in this one, on turn one, you actually start the game with 6 nutrients. So you're very close to upgrading rich exudates right off the bat, which is pretty cool. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to start by placing one creature and then shedding one, which will be this from my hand. So I gain a food web and a nutrients. Um, and then I will use attractive volatiles to place one creature, then grow the soil by 3. Um, I will play. I'll play this large predator for a food web and a structure, and then grow the soil by 3. This also does earn me this behavior here, entomophagy, which I'll take into my hand. Unfortunately, wasn't able to upgrade rich exudates before using it, but that's okay. I'll still use it to place 2 creatures, which will be this small predator and this ecosystem engineer. Um, and playing the small predator next to the large predator gives me messy consumption, which I think I will use. It grows the soil by 2 and then places 1 creature. Would have liked to have gotten a level 2. I think I'll just place this level 1 plant mutualist into its own new community, which will upgrade rich exudates for next turn. All right. So I don't replenish the soil because it's over 6. I do replenish the behaviors. I do get my inputs back, and I do draw a creature. Ooh, and it's a large predator, which works with my behavior. So that's nice. So, um, turn 2 is a little unique. There's nothing that really affects how I play this turn, but at the end of this turn, if my structure is lower than my nutrients, then I lose points. So just straight up end game points equal to the difference with a maximum of 5. So um, if if my nutrients were 12 and my structure was 10, I'd lose 2 points. If my nutrients were 12 and my structure was 2, I would lose 5 points, not 10. So I have to figure out how to get my old structure up. I think what I'm going to start with is Antibiosis Bottom to bury 3 from the soil, grow the soil by 3, and then draw one. Try to get some other stuff available in the soil. Okay, some of this is helpful. I think I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw this. This is probably very useful because it adds both a lot of food web and a lot of structure here, which is nice. All right. So I'm going to use this behavior, entomophagy, to bury a large predator from my hand and then place 2 creatures. Um, Generally, the behaviors in Loam they all let you place the ones that they either let you place 1 creature or 2. The ones that let you place 1 usually have some kind of upside, and the ones that let you place 2 either have a restriction of as far as like what creatures you can place or a cost they have to pay to just place 2 creatures. Um, so I'm going to drop this ecosystem engineer to get my structure up. I'll play another plant mutualist. It's a little suboptimal, but that's okay. And then I'll attractive volatiles to place one creature, then grow the soil by 3. That will 2, 3, 1, 2. That'll get my stats a little more equalized. Upgrade antibiosis for next turn, and cap off that community. And now I've got Rich Exudates Plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cycle the available behaviors, then place 2, because looking at the soil right now, I don't even know if I could place 3 creatures if I drew them. And I don't know that I'd necessarily want to. So I'm going to just get rid of these, replace them with that many new ones from the deck. Not that much better in this case, but that's all right. So I'll place this and this. So I gain 1, 2, 3 food web and 1 structure. That upgrades attractive volatiles for next turn. Okay, so end of turn, I replenish the soil, draw a creature, get my inputs back, and I lose points equal to the difference between my nutrients and structure. Though luckily, that's only 2, which is not bad at all. So then, turn 3, at the end of turn, same deal except for my food web. And right now my food web is higher than my nutrients, so I might not have anything to worry about there. Alrighty. This has been a very level 2 light game. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Attractive Volatiles bottom to place 2 creatures, then grow the soil by 4. So I'll place this and place this and this into its own new community. This will earn me Bioturbation from the behavior deck. I will then I'll then play the bottom mode of Antibiosis Plus, bury 3 from the soil, grow the soil by 4, then place 1 creature. So I'll get rid of these, grow the soil by 4, and then place a creature, which will be... It's not ideal for like community scoring, but it's what I have. So I'll place another large predator there. I just need to get this community up to be able to host a level 3. So I'm going to Bioturbation. I'm going to place a creature, which will be this Ecosystem Engineer. And then because it was an Ecosystem Engineer, I do get to draw 1. Then I will play Rich Exudates to draw 1 and then place 3 creatures. So draw 1 from the deck, place this Animal Decomposer here for 3 structure, or 3 nutrients and 2 structure. I have to place 2 more, which will be this Animal Decomposer here for 2 nutrients, and then, well, this large predator here. This large predator for a structure and a food web. So end of turn, I don't need to do any upkeeping because it's the last turn. I do lose points equal to the difference between my food web and nutrients, but only if my food web is lower. So in this case, I don't lose anything at all, which is pretty sweet. All right, so let's look at scoring. Had very close to perfect balance, which is nice. That's 8 points. Our communities were not as good as is usual for me when I play. Um, so this first one has one, two, three, four types, and two types with two levels present. So that's a total of six. This community here has one, two, three, four, five types, and no repeat levels. So it's actually only worth five. And this community right here is worth three. Ugh. Okay, and then for each type we earn three or more nutrients from, we gain 2 points. So we had that for animal decomposers and plant mutualists because we had three of those. So that's four. So we get 6 points. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15. 18 minus 2 is 16, plus 8 is 24. Drat. I lost. Even I don't always win in every round of these campaigns. So yeah, even with really avoiding the point penalties in turns 2 and 3, um, just couldn't stitch together good enough communities, and so I lose. In the interest of showing you the rest of the campaign, though, I will show you the third round. So let's just reset all this stuff. All right, so round 3, of course, deals with pesticides. So let's get it all set up. Creature in hand. All right, so turn 1, insecticide spray. We have to bury 4 creatures from the soil, and we can only place level 1 creatures this turn. So that is pretty nasty. So I guess we'll just bury the level 2s and 3s if we can't place them anyway. And I'll bury that as well, I guess. And so I think we kind of have to start by regrowing the soil a little bit. So use the bottom mode of attractive volatiles to place 1 creature, then grow the soil by 3. All right. Nothing super amazing here. I think I'll use the bottom mode of antibiosis to bury 3 from the soil, grow the soil by 3, then draw 1. Bury some stuff, grow by 3, and draw 1. And then I'll use Rich Exudates to place 2 creatures. Remember that I can only place level 1s this turn, so I'll place these 2. So I end up with 2 of each stat. All right, though no behaviors to show for it, which is a little unfortunate. So I get these back. This gets replenished, and I draw a creature. So turn 2. The pests are resurgent. The horrible one of the horrible secrets of pesticides is that usually after they're applied, it doesn't take too long for the pests to come back to the field. So we have to turn 3 creatures in the soil face down, and then grow the soil by 2. These face down creatures or pests They cannot be placed, drawn, or buried. They're just in the soil, kind of blocking our access to the good stuff. I have to figure out what I can tolerate giving up. Um, I guess these. Um, kind of funny because these things, symphylans, they actually are occasional pests of some crops. They're mostly decomposers, but sometimes you get a uh, big population boom of them, and they can attack your lettuce. Um, then I grow the soil by 2. All right. So what have I got to deal with now? I think I will start. Oopsies. By. eh, mm, okay. Just plotting out a path um, to get 2 behaviors here. So I'm going to use rich exudates to place 2 creatures. I think I'll kind of start a new community. I'll place this ecosystem engineer, adorable little squash bee, a great friend to have in a agricultural setting. They're excellent pollinators of squash plants, which of course you would know if you'd read the Creature of the Week update. And I'll also place this proturin. Um, so that will earn me detritivory, the behavior. Um, so then I'm going to use the top mode of antibiosis to place a creature, then shed one. So I'll place this large predator here, and then shed one, and then that does earn me this necrophagy here, which is quite nice. And I think I will use the bottom mode of attractive volatiles to place one creature, then grow the soil by 3. So I'm gonna place this, then grow the soil by 3. In case you're wondering, the soil does not actually have a maximum size or anything. It's rare for it to go like above 8. This is kind of a unique case. And it's about to get bigger because I'm going to use detritivory to grow the soil by 4, place one of those creatures if able, and then draw one of them. Um, I'm just going to put the creatures here so I keep them straight. Um, straight as in my head. I don't know what their sexual orientation is. I'm going to place. I'll stick this small predator down here. That'll be the one that I place. And then I'll draw this animal decomposer. The reason I'm doing that is so I can do necrophagy, bury a level 2 or 3 creature from my hand, and if I do, place 2 creatures. So, I guess I'll go ahead and place this level 2 plant mutualist and level 3 plant mutualist, gaining 4 food web and 4 nutrients, upgrading 2 of my inputs, and doing a good job of getting towards this the additional scoring goal for this round, which is you gain 2 points for each type you gain 3 or more food web from. All right. So yeah, that's that turn. I obviously do not replenish the soil, but I still replenish behaviors, and I draw a creature. So now I have to turn 2 more creatures in the soil face down, then grow the soil by 1. And whenever I place a plant mutualist, large predator, or small predator, I get to flip a pest creature face up. And then at end of turn, I lose 2 points for each pest in the soil. So gotta try to place those creature types. Okay, so I'm gonna flip these two over, grow the soil by one. I'm just going to move the face down creatures out of the soil just for um, sort of simplicity's sake. Um, let's see. So I gotta place some stuff. Um, okay, I see. I see a line here. I'm gonna do Antibiosis Plus, place two creatures, then shed one. So I'll place this and this. So that's, oopsies, that's two food web, and then one each of structure and nutrients. Um, and I get to flip up three pests. And you can look at the pests like to see what the face down one is. You don't have to like remember exactly which is which. You know, if you have a preference of which creature you want to flip up. So yeah, I'll get these two. All right, and then I do have to shed one. So I get to use Rich Exudates to draw one and place three creatures. So I'll draw one. I'll place Microbial Decomposer, which will give me one of each. And then this Ecosystem Engineer, which will give me three structure, two nutrients, upgrade my attractive volatiles, and earn me coprophagy. So I can bury a creature from my hand, then place two creatures of equal or lesser level. Which seems like it will fit the bill perfectly. Although I do kind of want to, you do sometimes want to hold off on using behaviors if you can use an input first, because you don't have to use behaviors, but you do have to use your inputs. So I'm going to use Attractive Volatiles Plus to draw two and place two. So draw two. Those are pretty nice. I'm going to place this Microbial Decomposer and this large predator. So I placed a large predator, so I get to return a pest to the soil. I also earned this behavior, carnivory, so can potentially place a creature, which I think I'm going to do because it will let me get a higher level creature into my hand to discard or to bury to a coprophagy. So it's actually a great draw. So I'm going to place a creature. Well, it actually doesn't matter because everything is level 1 in the soil anyway. So maybe I'm a little too clever by half. So I'm going to place that and that. And then I can bury a creature in my hand to draw two. Although, looking at the soil now, I actually don't think I want to play this last behavior. And like I said, behaviors, you're not required to use them. And why would you want to if it's messing up your perfect balance? I say that, but there's also these two pests in the soil here, so I think I will use it. I'll bury a creature from my hand, then place two creatures of equal or lesser level. So I'll bury this this level 1 animal decomposer, and I'll place a level 1 large predator and level 1 plant mutualist. So I gain one nutrients, one structure, two food web. So I lose some balance points, but it was worth it to get rid of all those pests from the soil. So end of turn, I don't lose any points because I dealt with all the pests. I get 8 points for my balance bonus. And as for my communities, this one here is worth 10. Basically, as a general rule, if you have all three levels of a type and then no repeat type/level combinations among the other creatures in the community, that's 10 points. So this one here is 7 points, just because like everything's a unique type and level, but there's nothing too special. And then this one here is worth 4 points because there is a repeat. So, and then I also get 2 points for every creature type that I earned 3 or more food web from, which was definitely large predators and plant mutualists. So that's another 4. So I have 10 points plus 8 points is 18, plus another 8 is 26, plus 7 is 33. So I would have won round 3 if I had actually honestly made it to round 3 by winning round 2, which I didn't. But yeah, that's the agriculture campaign. It's fun. It's a bit of a challenge. More. Uh, I'd say more games than not for the typical player will go like my second game did. So it does. Will probably take you a couple of tries to win. Um, so yeah, and I will say the next two campaigns, still working on those. They aren't in here yet, but they will. Uh, yeah, they're much more experimental than this one. They take the game in some very different and hopefully, at least from my perspective, interesting directions. So yeah, thanks for watching.